Hello, and welcome back to the Tiny Artist TV Color Palette Challenge, Character Creation Challenge live streams. I know I missed a couple, because I stream on Saturday? I think Saturday was the silent stream, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't miss that one. Of course, Sunday I didn't stream, and then Monday I ended up not streaming. I instead posted a video, but here we are. My voice is feeling better. I'm going to try to suppress any coughing that is still happening. It's just the death throes of the little cold that I had. But I have my nice cup of hot tea here to help with that problem. So without further ado, oh, actually, I did want to say a couple things. Um, I hit my first 100 subscribers, so that's kind of exciting. I got the notification at 2 o'clock in the morning from YouTube Studio. So that's a thing that happened. Thank you everyone who's joined me on my art journey so far. I hope you continue to stick around because I already have a notes app full of ideas for next year's plans. Um, One other thing, I know I'm just coming back from not streaming, but tomorrow morning I have an appointment and then I have to go to the grocery store after that. So unless you guys are okay with like the stream being later in the day, um, which I found out interestingly is that when I stream later in the day, I have less viewers. So I don't know what that's about, but it's part of uh, in the vein of consistency. I've been doing the streams earlier, but I also seem to actually have viewers when it's early in the morning. Just interesting. Um, at least early in the morning, my time. Mm. But I probably won't be back until like the afternoon, so I could stream around 2. If I decide not to do that, then Thursday will end up being a double stream. And I'm leaning more in that direction. But yeah. So that's that. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the character. And because I started later, we're gonna be ending a little bit later. But I'm going to challenge myself today. I'm going to go back to what I had originally been doing. I'm going to put 15 minutes on the clock for the sketch, 15 minutes for the line art, and then the rest of that time for the coloring. Now, for the coloring, I want to try to challenge myself a little bit, and I want to try to do more painterly style with this one. See if I've retained anything that I've been studying. So here we go. Starting 15 minutes now. Okay. So I am going to do a 3-part sketch for this. 3-part sketch being, I'm just going to kind of gesture out. I have the pose in my head, but now that I'm on camera, it's all like leaving very quickly. Okay. Oh, that's too juicy. Why is that so juicy? Is that the pen was it gouache? Yes, gouache is what I used. Because it wasn't that strong. Okay. So it's like hips here, feet planted here and here. But a little wider. This up. a little more contrapposto. By the way, surprise, surprise, this is going to be a male character. I know it's been a while since we've seen one of those on my channel. Um, I just thought I would subvert expectations. Oh yeah, this is character number 70. I believe this is number 70. Yeah, because the Groovy Girl I did yesterday was number 69. So this is number 70, and the color palette name is Gyaru. Um, which, if you're not aware what Gyaru is, it's a style of Japanese street fashion or a subsect of fashion culture. And of course, it would be easy to do a Gyaru, but I wanted to do a sort of tough guy. This isn't the right angle. I still have 11 and a half minutes to figure out the sketch. I just need to get the angle of this pose right. I want it to be kind of like down. It's just, the legs feel stiff, but this is, I think this is the angle. I couldn't find any references for the pose that I have in my head, so I'm just working with what's up here, which is not going great right now. I'm supposed to have, let's see. Maybe if I focus the pose around the object that he's holding, like I did last time. What did I have to pose that I had to do that was object of focus? There's a couple streams ago where it was like, what was it? So one of the characters is looking like off this way, I think. Anyway, it's not coming to me. It's not important. It's in the streams somewhere. Alright, I've got 9 minutes. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm going for. I'll get rid of that pointy ear. Alright, neck. Baseball bat is over the shoulders. I wanted him to wear a puffy jacket because puffy jackets are cool. And I just thought it would look cool in these colors. But let's see, a cropped one. It's not going to show as much as I thought it would, which might be fine. But I was kind of, if it's over the shoulder, Move it up. Now that I think I've got the angle that I wanted to work with. It's very similar to the heart Cupid's arrow pose. And I don't want too many similar poses in my portfolio. So now that I've gotten the right angle of the body, all right, I've got 6.5 minutes. Maybe I need to push this pose then. Right, this is waistline. I can turn. Because I wanted to, again, challenge myself not only with the costume design, but like with the pose. So I wanted to do like really cool shoes too. But I'm thinking pockets are here, hand is here. Might not happen. Because I could still do like the hand grabbing the bat and the bat going this way. I think this is definitely more of what I wanted. This sort of like cool extreme angle. The hair is going to start here. Got 4 minutes. And at the end of 4 minutes, I got to start on the line art. But I think this sketch is, I can work with doing lines off of this. Hopefully, maybe. And then this way you can see more of the jacket that I plan on doing too, because I can still fall back and go like around him, because I want it to be a cropped puffer. Yeah, this is pretty much, all right, and then just build out that texture. Get this sort of, this type of sleeve happening. The thumb outside of the pocket. And a little stress where the hand is stretching the pocket open. Yeah, this is what I was going for. This very like cool angle. We got there with 2.5 minutes. Excuse me. Okay, that it's like this, so the hand would be going like this. I think I want one of the fingers to be lifted up a little bit, like Michael Bublé. Yeah! Okay. But the angle for the arm would be a little more out this way, away from the body and the shoulders. So you get the puff here, and you get some puff here. And because this arm is lifting, this is going to recede a little bit. How many puffs? There's one puff before the ankle, or before the elbow. Big chunky zipper, because chunky zippers are cool. And then I can just draw some little teethies over here. Got a minute left. Yeah, this is enough for me to work with. I still need to give him shoes. Or maybe I don't. I I really want to, just as far as like what the design in my head is dictating, but if I can draw shoes in 16 seconds, then I will. Yeah, no. Alright. No shoes, no shoes. Okay. So what I am going to do instead, I'm just going to blow this back up. And where was it? Where was it? Okay, this here. So we'll just cut his feet off, and that's fine. That's cool. Don't have to worry about that. But at least this way he also takes up more of the canvas. I am going to size this down once it's finished. Like, I'm cutting this excess off of the edge of the canvas. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with the lines. And I'm going to be using my scribble pen just because I'm not going to be focusing on having the line art be like a dedicated part. Start. Okay. I'm using the line art more as a guideline since, again, I'm trying to do more painterly style with this one. So it's going to be more like just kind of here's where you need to like put your things. Here's where you can place your lights and shadows, because this is where the facial planes are, and yada yada. We'll get to that when we get to that. And since I didn't do a sketch, I don't have any. Well, I didn't do a secondary sketch. I don't have any shading notes, but I know that I want to do like hyper bright, like just really concentrated neon light type situation. Because if I do that, I have to paint over it. I'll just keep in mind the hair is definitely going to be um, a concentrated paint over situation. There may be areas where I leave the line art more obvious than others, but the hair is definitely going to be something that I kind of refine in the painting stage. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I saw in my head. I'm glad this worked out. So I was panicking for a little bit. Get the zipper. Yeah, and this is just gonna be. Oh man. So getting my bases on shouldn't take too long, but the painting process itself, again, usually takes me like if we'll see. I'll see how far I get because that in and of itself usually takes me like 2 to 4 hours minimum, just getting it to a place where it looks like kind of okay. So I hope that I can at least kind of get it to a place where I can feel comfortable working on it later today because I probably am going to have to finish it off stream. But it would be really cool to, you know, get it started here. So if I don't finish it, I'm not going to like penalize myself on that. But it would be nice. Alright, this usually has like the same kind of ribbing along the bottom. You can see the puffiness. Pull some texture out of this. Since this is coming towards the camera, I want it to be a little bit darker. I should probably save as I go, just in case. Nothing's happened yet, but you can never be too safe when it comes to saving. Just thin that out a little bit. because they're not really that wide. The perspective is bending it a little bit, but it's not like anything super crazy, like a fisheye lens sort of warp. Still, the back end is really thick. Let's just make that thinner. Yeah, the line art is effectively acting as my secondary sketch. Which with this pencil, like, it's just good for that. Mm. That's throwing me off. This should be flatter. And not quite as wide, if I'm not mistaken. But it's custom made. It's fine. I'm actually going to pause. Let's see. Pause my timer, pause my secondary camera. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Resume this and resume my timer. Resume. 6 minutes left. With the line art, I better get it moving. Spent too much time on the baseball bat. Yeah, I just gotta treat this as more of the sketch than as the actual line art, but I still want it to look somewhat clean. Let's see. I guess sweatpants, and I can do some sort of design down the side. Hmm. Yeah, I can do that. In 2.5 minutes? Ooh, maybe not. Hmm. So I was gonna make his skin blue anyway. Go back, go back, go back. Back further than that? Okay. Minute and a half. Draw the other arm. One, two, three, and shoulder. That's yeah, that's fine because that's lifted and it's going around. Going around like the plague. Yeah, so 30 seconds. I can put some shading notes on here just so I don't completely lose what needs to happen where. But the lighting, I haven't decided where the lighting actually needs to come from. Oh, and that's my time for line art. Yay! Okay. Well, let's move on to bases and figure it out as we go. Alright, so I think, let's see what this looks like without. Not bad. I mean, the pose is, where it needs to be. So this is actually going to go underneath of this layer. I'm going to, I need to make sure that there's no gaps because I need to put an underlayer under the colors because the first pass of the colors is going to be transparent and then I'm just going to build up off of that. So I think the only place where that's going to be an issue is in the hair, but again, a lot of that is going to be painted over anyway. Okay, all right. Where are my gaps? Can I? Okay, that's better. Yeah, this is. That's how tight I need it to be. So then this. Okay, there's nothing on here. So I'll just have this as the under layer. My keyboard keyboard is sideways, so it's harder for me to find the letters I need. I'm gonna fill this in with, let's do a gray so that the colors read a little more mid-tone, because if I do white, then the colors are going to be brighter than I need them to be, and I want to save the brightest representation of those colors for my highlights or any like true colors that I'm doing. So setting this to gray is going to be the way to go. And then this is going to be transparent. Or, yes? No. Overlay. It's going to be overlay. Yeah. Which is still like a type of transparency, but it's darker than just making it transparent. Okay, so starting in the colors, these are going to be at, let's do 60%. Yeah, so this way I can still see my guidelines and work with that. It is ultimately still on the top layer. It's just, I can see a little bit better with where I want to paint things, and then everything is going to have its own layer on top of that. Just set this to reference still, just so when I'm cleaning things up here. Color do I want to make the jacket? Green? I think I want to make his hair green. I guess I have a couple of different greens here. Let me see. Let me block all of this out first and then do the hair on top. Well, actually, I think what I need to do the hair on its own layer anyway, because it's all going to need to be rendered on separate layers. So let's see how it goes about right here. Just going to do that on its own layer. That way I also don't have to worry about messing up the color underneath. And when I select, I can just select the blue, and I don't have to select the blue around the green. Get rid of some of that, because some of this it's wispies. It's not connected. And this I can do with the Sino pen. That's better for doing wispy bits, because you get that variation. This will, let me erase it from here, because I don't need it in this particular section of the painting. I just needed it around the main part of the hair and body, so that frees me up to not have to trace directly over the lines or over the the part that's grayed out, because it's going to show through until I paint over it, and that's going to be kind of distracting for a little bit. See how all of this, excuse me, is going to get covered. Just go ahead and fill this in. So the idea is that when I go back over this shape, let's see, if I do it at 100%, like if I'm doing the colors on top, any highlights and shadows, excuse me again. The death throes of a cold. Okay, I'm back. Maybe if I talk less, I'll agitate this less and I'll cough less. Plus, no one's watching right now, so I don't need to be talking. As a matter of fact, I'm actually just going to turn the overlay off so I have more screen. Okay. So you can see now with this layer underneath, all of this is midtones. I think actually I need to make this a cooler color, more of a blue gray than a taupe, just because a lot of these colors are cooler colors, and so it'll just blend better if that's the color that's represented. So let me change this because it's red. That's the taupe. Let's do like a lavender. No, let's stick with blue. A blue gray. Oh, do I already have a highlight color? Oh, that's so sick! I didn't even realize that. Is this the same color that I picked? It's a little bit lighter, but that's okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, I can just use that. Wow. Nice. Anyway, I need to get my bases finished. I guess I want the light coming from... If it's coming from behind him, that's gonna be... Because I want green on this side. Let me do a separate layer for the light. Yeah, because I want green on this side. So then, yeah, all this is gonna be whatever, and I can just refine this. So that's gonna be all of this. And then like here and here. And then I want the pink coming from this side. Just label this light layer. And this should go up top. So that's going to be the highest layer. It's going to go over top of everything. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to finish this in 2 hours, but if I can get the idea to a workable place, I will be more than happy to spend the rest of my day just refining this, give you guys something gourmet instead of fast food, the type of just quick art that I've been doing, because I've been wanting to get back to this type of art for a while, and I just haven't been able to refine it down to a 2-hour work through. It still isn't gonna be for now, but if I can at least, get it to a good place, I'll at least feel like I have made progress. And then I also wanted to use some like special effects to make it look more street arty, more graffiti style. Yeah, that's gonna need to be refined. And that's just gonna be me putting on some music, zoning out, and getting those shapes the way I want them to behave. But for now, I didn't color in this hand. Turn this off because I can't see what I'm doing now. Alright, what's the only color I haven't used yet? I think I have used all of them. Because the greens, those two, I guess the teals are the hair, blue's the skin. I'm going to figure out what colors to make the jacket. And I think I want to make it neon green. Just trying to figure out what I have. Actually, I wanted to make the jacket navy with neon green accent. So the next step for me, hold up. Oh, that's collar. That's collar. Okay, so the collar is green. What's this? Jacket is blue. Make the inside pink, or maybe I'll make it this like minty color on the inside. That's pretty tough. Okay, and wow, that's old slang. I've been talking to my granny too much. So maybe I'll give it, mint this, and then like green stripe accent. I'll go until 2:15. I'm only sitting at an hour right now, but I'll account for like the times where I had to step away to release the demons. Oh, what color should I make his shirt? I guess pink it is. I think orange would look better with this. So the pink is the closest thing I have to orange. Oh my gosh. There we go. And that way I'm not having like the mint next to mint, or the greens next to each other. I'll just leave the zipper gray. Although I guess the mint is going to be next to the mint, since the cuff and the liner are both this mint color, but those can be separated with shading. And I'll also make this navy blue. I wonder what would happen if I just did this as an overlay Eh, no, 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 no. No. Back to what did I have it at? 62. 65 is, yeah, that's too dark. I guess I can make the pants green then? Why did you do that? Why would you do that? Is there a gap? Are you just being difficult? And then what I can do with these, I can color block so that the neon green isn't like, so that it's noticeable. Alright, getting picky, getting picky. Save it for off screen. Oh, the eyes. So what I'll end up doing is, oh, how do I want to do this? Because there's a couple ways that I usually do it. I'll sometimes I'll make a copy of the line art and then use that to outline where I have my stuff. What I used to do with GIMP is that I would just block out the solid color and then do burn marks where all my outline stuff was and then just render it that way. And I don't think I have the same set of brushes and clip that I had in GIMP to do that. Yeah, this hair is like mad messy. I've got to fix this. I guess it just looks this way because this is the most solid thing I have on screen right now. Everything else is still pretty transparent. It's literally transparent, set to 60% or something close to that. Yeah, so I will just, let me see what happens if I do just this, blur it, because then I'll have my lights and shadows in, and then I can just play around with actually refining some of the deeper shapes that I want this hair to have. Yeah, it's just gonna take a little bit of time and a little bit of work. But I want to see what this looks like. Ooh, no, 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 no. That's too much. That's good. That's a good start. And then what I'll do is just rasterize that so that it holds that in place. But this is kind of like the shapes that I want to work with. I zoomed in so I could work on the face, and I got distracted by this messy hair. Okay, let's clean up these brows. Of course, I'm gonna use the green for the eyes. I'll use pink for the scolia. The whites of the eyes are gonna be pink. Alright, so now the fun part can begin. I think I have all of my flats pretty much established. So the next step is getting some of the shading in on the base level. I'm going to take this and then just draw in my shadows. And then I use those as my refining guides for when I'm doing the like actual rendering phase. Just kind of want to get big shapes for now. Yeah, and so then this becomes like everything becomes refined on its own layer. Let's see. Let's do the face next. So yeah, instead of using a multiply brush, I'm pretty much just tracing out where the lines are. Actually, better not. I was thinking of combining my line art layer and my painting layer, which is something that some people do. But I'm going to leave them separate for now. Man, this is zesty blue. That's going to need a lot of subtlety. I guess it would be easier if I just... Hold on. What would happen? And if I changed it... No, I want to leave them separate because I can't see well enough what's happening when I do that. So I'm just going to keep doing it the way that I've been doing it. I'm okay, I promise. Well, I'm not, but I'm getting better. I better be better by tomorrow. Because if I'm not, it's gonna be a little concerning. I have a job interview in the morning, and if I'm coughing like this, I'm probably not gonna get hired. So that'll be cool and awesome for me. Now, granted, if I do get the job, of course, that's gonna potentially change some scheduling things with my channel, but because I usually post on the weekends, it's probably not gonna change too much. Yeah, I'll just refine that. I need to outline. Oh, it's the wrong pen. So let's see. There was a... Yeah, it was you. It was you. There's a good shadow right here, or a good line to follow right here for this dangly bit. And then one here. And then most of this can probably be in shadow. So yeah, this is the color blocking phase of my shading, and I hope, yeah, it's showing up. Oh my goodness, that blue is so blue. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of this. Let's see, this section here on the face, here. Although ultimately the lips are probably going to end up being darker, so I will blend a lighter, or like somewhere between this blue and this blue into here, most likely with the watercolor brush. And then there's going to be a little here and here, and a little bit on the forehead here. I'll make the palm lighter, but not like... I just need to break this up. I just need to break it down so badly. If you get that reference, what's up, my fellow emo millennials? Oh. I'm gonna do the nails in neon colors because that's fun. So we'll do pink, green, mint, pink. And then I'll do this one in mint. Hour 12. And this nail. You know what? I'll make this one pink because having the mint next to that green is not going to be enough contrast. So you get to be pink. Let's get some shading down here. It's just going to be in this little pocket here, a little bit along here, which I kind of already outlined, but needs to be emphasized. And then a little bit here. And then we'll get some highlights, which again are not going to be this dramatic, but it'll help me create a middle ground more easily. All this blue. I guess that's torso, it's not shirt. That's what I thought, and that's why we will continue to use this pen instead. I know it's really hard to see what I'm doing right now because the blues that I'm using are like relatively close to each other when they're like set at this level of transparency, but just trust the process. It's gonna be fine. This is going to be fun to shade. So basically, this is going to be sort of an inversion of gradients to create that crunchy, puffy texture. If I can pull it off. Use that to separate that. So the outside and the inside, even though they are the same color, don't have the same lighting treatment. Let's get this outline back on here. Probably gonna end up putting some sort of graphic on the shirt just because like this solid sea of pink is not very interesting on its own. You get a little more shading under the hair and on the forehead here. So yeah, all of this in the back. It's gonna be this dark blue. Hour 22. Not bad. So I still have about an hour because I said it was going to go a little bit longer. About an hour to start rendering this. I'll focus on the face first and then move on to the clothes and whatnot. But I need some lights here. And I don't know. It's not going to be the exact same blue as the skin. These will just be big shapes with soft edges. I guess there would be a little bit over here. Yeah. And see, now you can see it kind of starting to come together. What color is this? Yeah, so it's a little bit darker than the skin. It's still a pretty nice shade of blue, so that works. And then so I have all of my lines painted onto the same layer, so I can just work on one layer instead of switching between a bunch of layers. It's just more comfortable for me to work that way instead of having like everything on its own layer. So for the first pass, that's what I'll do. When I want to get into more details, then I'll start separating things by layer. But for the first pass here, just blocking out the lights and shadows, and it's just like so much easier to be able to switch and blend things when it's all together. Like you're working on an actual painting and not a digital canvas, because you don't really get layers when you're working on, you know, paper or canvas. So it helps activate a different part of your brain as far as problem solving and execution when you do it this way. At least when I do it this way. Whatever. Let's get these highlights. You know what? Yeah, it's the wrong color, but I kind of like it. Because it'll be a highlighted outline and then a mid-tone. So it'll give me something different to work with. I didn't color the bat. You know, the bat is of least consequence in this design. It's there, but it's not like... I don't know what I'm trying to say. It does not currently hold priority for getting this character finished. Alright. Is everybody shaded, color blocked, whatnot? Looks like it, except the hand. Oops, I forgot to do the lines in the hand. Just a little. Get this, pick this blue. And then as far as the fingers go, I'll just have to kind of manually refine the shapes. But as long as I have somewhere to start, that is good enough for me. Yeah, I think once this is done, it's gonna look pretty snazzy. I have a feeling that because of how much detail I want to put into this, it's probably going to take me overall maybe 6 hours, which is most of my day, but I'm fine with that because I don't have anything else going on today, as far as I know. Alright, so does it still look a little messy right now? Yes. Let's see, I'm at an hour 30. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the rendering. Yeah, let me turn the hair off so I can actually see the face and get started on the face. And so I need my watercolor brush. Actually, do I want to use... Let's start with watercolor and work our way up. This blue definitely doesn't need to be quite so pale. Yeah, if the lights are green and pink, I need to use those as highlights as well. Namely, like under the chin, on the side of the nose, and then on the side of the face here. And I don't like the way this brush is blending. It's not giving me enough texture. Now, I don't know that I necessarily want this to look like a painting, but I'm okay with what the brush is doing at the moment. This is still, I'm going to need to do a multiply layer on top of this to make it really look the way I want it to. Which would be the equivalent of doing a glazing layer in painting, so... it's not an unrealistic thing. That if I was going to do this in traditional, I would be able to do it. And this all needs to be solid blue. And let's do 17. I think this blue has too much white in it. Yeah, I need that's better. Like a soft blue that isn't like a periwinkle. I need something that's got a little bit of life in it. Oh, and that's the wrong brush. That's why it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. I was expecting painter texture, not blending. I'm gonna spend all this time on it and it still doesn't even look very good. Yeah, give me hope. Bring the hair back in. Give me a second. Pause this. I'm sorry I keep leaving, but Okay, back. Hopefully for the last time. I've got 20 minutes left until I hit the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna get away from the face and work on rendering out some of this. Choose the oil brush. See if that does. Ooh, that's much better. Yeah, I'll just put the bat on its own layer. That'll be the easiest way to take care of that, because this is the squish that's happening because of the bat. Okay, this is going to need a solid brush before I do any kind of blending to it. Have pink here where the light's coming through this edge. Let's do a little green on here just to show the edge of the sleeve. Yeah, I think if I keep going in this direction and just playing around with the shapes and refining everything, I'll get to where I need to be. So let's get back to, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out while I'm up here, Just make that a little sharper. Because I don't want it to be exact. Like, this is part of where the, like, graffiti aesthetic is going to come in. Is in this, like, really harsh lighting on the edge here. Let's get a little bit on the jacket, like this, and this, and then this is gonna be, let's see, let's bring that down and cut that back out. Okay, back to the sleeves. Still blocking out some of these shapes here. It's a little, I know this is all going to be black. Well, the dark blue. In a grayscale, this would be black. This will be gradient. This will be, oh, this is on this layer. Okay. Because I have the light to separate the edge of the sleeve from the bottom, because he's like doing like this, but it's like this, so like you see this part, but because it's all puffy, the texture's a little hard to differentiate between where, like, actually this is a good example since I'm wearing a black sweater. You can't really like see this all just looks like one shape, which is kind of what I'm working with right now. Alright, well, I know the best way for me to do this is to blend that out this way. What do I have? I have the gouache brush. Do I want the oil brush instead? Or is that going to be too smooth? I'll start with oil and then finish it with gouache. Because it's, I think it's doing what I need it to do. But I'm gonna need to use more than one type of brush to really get this looking right. See, for this, I think I need to use the gouache instead. And a tighter one at that. So I can put more pressure on it and keep it from blending in too much. Come on, tighten up. Alright, fine, I'll use the oil brush since you don't want to behave. His face is still very gray. I think I need to just redo the shading on the face. Like, the cheeks are fine. It's the forehead that's bothering me. It's just so blah. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not very cash money. That's better. And at least, like, the hair is more subtle. I do need it to be darker. So I think, can I do that with the gouache? The gouache brush is sort of blending, but it's, yeah, I need this to darken up a little bit. That's better than what it was. This needs to be this color, not this blue. So we'll blend that in to the lighting, or not to the lighting, to the eyeball with my little oil brush. Just sort of blend that out. And then I need that here too. Let's use this brush. This is such a small bit of paint. And then I can just go back in and rework the highlights because they are just so, they were not doing it. They were just not doing it. Like at the top of the lip. So use the brightest green I have. And get rid of the hair because I can't see what I'm doing. Just cut a little bit of personality back into this painting. Maybe not on the cheek, but that can be in shading. Oh, that's on the face? Okay, well, I will blend that in then. Because what in the world? I mean, like, it's fine. It's supposed to be there, but it's so saturated. I forgot I had just drawn that on there. We need a little bit of shadow here. These brushes. I don't want to press down too hard because I would like this pen nib to last a little bit longer than the last one. Let's cut a little bit of highlight back in here. That's better. Now he actually has some like shape and some definition to his face, and it's not just, I don't know. It was just not good. Can do a little highlight here above the brow. Let's do, I'll bring this back, but it needs to be color instead of that gray that I was using. How does this look compared to the sketch? I might need to go back over. So this is why I don't combine my lines and my colors, because sometimes I just need to do a hard reset and just go back over the areas to clean things up. Like the eye is much more narrow than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to draw that back out and then shade right above here. Get a little bit of crease action going on. No, looks like he's snarling. He's not supposed to be snarling, he's just supposed to be scowling a little bit. No, it's too subtle. Oh, let me just erase this, blend that out, redraw the mouth, which is the same as like something doesn't work on your canvas, you just take the paint back over it, and keep it moving. Redraw your line. Blend that in just a little bit on the corners. Oop. The eyes are going to need some work. I don't know how well they read from a distance. Let's get rid of this. I can put a few highlights on there, but it's a little redundant to have this and that drawn over it. I know the hair is still super messy right now. What's most likely going to happen is I'm going to just redo it all together. Or should I just keep working with what I've got? Because it's like, it's not a bad starting place. It's just, with the condition that it's in, it might be easier for me to just start with a fresh batch. I know it's so blurry on screen right now. I really wish that Restream had better camera capture quality. I mean, I guess I could just stream through YouTube, but I don't know that the capture quality is going to be any better, realistically. And I guess I won't know until I try. What does it look like if I do... Oh, wait. Wait. Let's do this. Let's do this. And this. And then this. And then this. And change it to pink. Match the shirt. Or should I make it blue? I sound like the fairies in Sleeping Beauty. Make it pink. Make it blue. The pink stands out more. Ooh. Well, that's not bad. Can I even just... It's not really... It's not visible that way. Oh, I kind of like that. It's subtle, but it gives enough definition between the strands. I like that. Makes it look a little more painterly. What happens if I do it on this layer? No! And no. No. No, no, no. Alright, let's keep working on it. Oh, I'm at 211. And when was the end of time? Shoot. Well, let's see. So the idea for everything else, I wanted to make this the same, like, blue to make it kind of very, like, again, sort of pop arty. So here's more of the idea. The face is still bothering me. I think it needs to be more graphic. I think if anything, maybe I just need to like finish rendering everything else and see what it looks like all together. I actually kind of like the way this hand looks unrendered. But the face needs some work. The face needs, it needs more defining lines. So I think I am going to need, you know what, yeah, now that I have the rendering done on the face, having this layer back up actually helps define some of those shapes, and it looks more like what I had in mind. And let's do, because I knew I wasn't going to finish this on stream. I this style is not a 2-hour style, but let's get some background stuff going on. Oh, what do I want to do? So I wanted to do like a, let me zoom you out a little bit. What do I have it on? I have it on cross hatching. Start with the blue. Something like that, and then like some polka dots or something up here. What do I have? None of that. That's all like shoujo. I don't want to do glitch. It just feels kind of cliche. What does this look like? He's not a cyborg, so that doesn't make sense. Get my yellow loaded back up. What's in here? Chex Mix. That's cute. I forgot I have a Chex Mix brush. Oh, my Christmas brushes. Yeah. It's gonna probably be in here. None of this is looking... This is not what I wanted. What I wanted. And yeah, I might just have to do it by hand. Let's just pick this one. I know this is a halftone, but I'm gonna play around with that a little bit to do what I want it to do. I'm gonna see if this works first of all, because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. It's closer to yellow. It's this color. Pretty close to that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to do... Okay, so that doesn't move that way. Well, you know what? Actually, I still want to do a little something up here, but I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe if I move it down. Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep playing with that after stream. Or yeah, which we are pretty much at the end of it. Let me save this before anything happens. Okay. Yeah, so thanks for joining me in today's stream. Like I said, tomorrow I probably won't be streaming. I'll probably end up doing a double stream on Thursday instead. Um, I'll see what time I get home after all of the things are happening. So, yeah, I will see you guys later. But until then,